And that's when I saw it. I didn't realize I was in danger until it was already too late. It happened so fast. I didn't even have time to think. 1 second, I was walking to my car, and the next, a hand was over my mouth. I remember trying to scream, but it came out muffled, like I wasn't even there. They dragged me backwards. I kicked, I scratched. I even bit someone's hand hard enough to taste blood. It didn't matter. They were stronger. The last thing I saw before everything went dark was the inside of a van door slamming shut. When I woke up, it was quiet. Too quiet. My hands were tied behind my back. My head was pounding, and everything smelled like rubber and gasoline. I was lying on the floor of the van. It was moving. I could feel every bump in the road through my body. I tried to move, but my legs were barely responding. That's when I heard them. 2 voices, up front, talking like nothing had happened. Like I wasn't even there. Did you check her phone? Yeah, locked. Doesn't matter. They both laughed. I stopped breathing. Not on purpose. I just didn't want them to know I was awake. I didn't know where they were taking me. I didn't know who they were. But I knew one thing. I wasn't supposed to leave that van. Minutes passed. Or maybe longer. It felt like hours. Then the van slowed down. Gravel. We had turned off the main road. I felt it immediately, the tires crunching beneath me. We were somewhere, isolated. That's when one of them said something I'll never forget. Something I still hear in my head. Call him. Tell him we got one. I don't know who him was. I don't know what they meant. But the way he said it, like I was nothing. Like I was just something to hand over. That's when I knew. If I didn't do something right then, I wasn't getting out. My wrists were tied, but not tight enough. I had been twisting them slowly without realizing it. The rope was loose, just enough. The van hit a bump, hard, and for a split second, I rolled, right into the side door, and I felt it, the handle. I didn't think, I didn't plan, I just moved. I yanked it. The door flew open. Wind exploded into the van. The driver shouted, "Hey!" and I threw myself out. I don't remember hitting the ground. I just remember rolling, over and over. The pain didn't even register. Adrenaline took over. I got up and ran, barefoot, disoriented, bleeding. I didn't look back. I didn't care where I was going. I just ran. I could hear them behind me, doors slamming, shouting, but I didn't stop. Eventually, I saw lights, a house. I don't even remember reaching it. I just remember banging on the door with everything I had left. When they opened it, I collapsed. The police found the van later that night. Abandoned. No plates, no prints, nothing. They never found the men. But a few days later, they told me something that made it worse. That area, where I jumped out, it wasn't near anything. No houses, no stores, nothing for miles, except one thing. An old, empty building, about half a mile down the road. And inside it, they found restraints and a room that had clearly been used recently. I don't know what would have happened if I stayed in that van, but I think about it all the time, and I'm pretty sure I was never supposed to make it out. I was 8 years old when it happened. At least, that's what my mum told me later, because I don't actually remember falling asleep that night. I remember being in my room. I remember the TV being on low, some cartoon I wasn't even really watching anymore. And I remember hearing something, a noise. At first, I thought it was my mum, like maybe she dropped something in the kitchen. But then I heard it again, closer this time, a soft, creaking sound, like a door opening slowly. I sat up in bed. I didn't feel scared yet, just confused. "Mom?" I called out. No answer. That's when I saw it. My door was open, just a little. I was sure I closed it before going to bed. I always did. I hated when it was open. I stared at it for a second, waiting for my mom to walk in. But she didn't. Instead, it opened a little more. I remember my heart starting to beat faster. Not fast like panic, just enough to feel it. "Mom?" I said again. Still nothing. And then someone stepped into my room. It wasn't my mom. I couldn't see their face clearly, just a shape, a person standing in the doorway. I remember thinking, this isn't real, like I was still dreaming. They didn't say anything. They just walked toward me, slow, calm. I tried to move. I tried to get out of bed, but I couldn't. And not because I was tied up, not yet. My body just felt heavy, like I was sinking into the mattress. The last thing I remember from that night was them reaching down toward me, and then nothing, just darkness. The next part doesn't feel like a memory. It feels like pieces, like flashes that don't connect. I remember waking up in the dark, and not fully, just enough to know I wasn't in my room anymore. The air felt different, cold, and it smelled old. I tried to move my arms. That's when I realized I couldn't. Something was holding them down. I think I tried to scream, but my voice didn't work right. It came out weak, like I was too tired to even be scared. Then I heard voices, not close, somewhere in the house. "Still out?" "Yeah, she's not going anywhere." They sounded casual, like they were talking about something normal. I tried to stay awake. I really did. But every time I started to come to, I would drift again, like something was pulling me back under. The next time I woke up, I could see a little more. There was a window boarded up, light barely coming through the cracks, and I realized where I was. I was tied to a bed, my wrists, my ankles, even my waist. I remember trying to move, but everything just hurt. That's when I started to cry. Not loud, just quiet. Because I didn't want them to hear me. I don't know how long I was there. Hours, maybe longer. Time didn't feel real. And then everything changed. I woke up to a loud noise, a bang. At first I thought I imagined it, but then it happened again, louder, closer, voices, yelling. Not the same voices, different. "Police!" Another bang. I remember my heart racing so fast I thought I was going to pass out again. I couldn't see what was happening. The room I was in was too dark, but I could hear everything, running, shouting. And then, gunshots, loud, sharp, right outside the room. I froze. I couldn't even cry anymore. More yelling, more footsteps. Then the door burst open. Bright light filled the room, so bright it hurt my eyes. I remember someone rushing toward me, saying something. It's okay, you're safe now." I think I tried to answer, but I don't remember what I said. Everything started fading again. The last thing I remember was being carried and hearing one of them say, "We got her." I don't remember the rest. Not the hospital, not going home, just pieces. But I do remember what my parents told me later. The house I was in. It had been empty for years. No electricity, no furniture, nothing. Except that one room, the one I was in. And they told me something else too. Something I didn't understand back then, but I do now. I wasn't the first one they found there. I was supposed to be watching her. That's the part I can't get past. She was only 9, and my mum trusted me. She always said, "Just keep an eye on your sister, okay?" That day felt normal, too normal. We were at the park, middle of the day, people everywhere, kids playing, parents talking. Nothing felt wrong. She was on the swings, and I was sitting on the bench right behind her, just scrolling on my phone. I remember she kept asking me to push her higher. Higher, she said. Come on, just a little higher. I told her in a minute. I didn't even look up. That's the part that kills me. Because when I finally did look, she was gone. At first, I thought she'd jumped off and ran to the slide. Or maybe the monkey bars. I stood up, looked around. Nothing. I called her name. Once, twice, still nothing. That's when I started to feel it. That drop in your stomach. Like something's not right. I started walking faster, then running. Emma, I yelled. People started looking at me, but no one said anything. No one had seen her. I checked everywhere. Behind the playground, by the bathrooms, near the parking lot. That's when I saw it. A car, parked crooked, engine running, and the back door was open. I don't know why, but I just knew. I ran as fast as I could, and I saw her inside the car. She was trying to get out, crying, reaching toward me. I grabbed her arm, pulled as hard as I could. For a second, I had her. I remember thinking, I got her. And then someone grabbed me from behind. They yanked me back so hard I hit the ground. I tried to get up. I didn't even feel the pain. I just kept reaching for her. But I couldn't get there. I remember screaming her name over and over. She was screaming too. And then the door slammed. The car took off. And just like that, she was gone. I tried to run after it. I really did. But I couldn't. My legs gave out. Or maybe I just knew. I don't remember the police getting there. Or what I said. I just remember sitting there in the parking lot, staring at the road, waiting for them to come back. They never did. That was 6 years ago. They searched everywhere. They questioned everyone. They even found the car a few days later, abandoned. No plates, no prints, nothing. Just like it never existed. People tell me it's not my fault, that I couldn't have stopped it. But they didn't see it. They didn't feel her hand in mine. For that 1 second, I had her, and then I didn't. No one has seen her since.